guys, welcome back to Your Mindset, Your Power. I want to take you back for a second. Picture this: a van full of kids, loud, energetic, everyone talking at the same time, music playing. And right in the middle of all of them, my dog, Jack. Yep, sitting there like he was one of them. And really, he was one of them. He never knew he was a dog, my friend. And then me in the front seat. The designated driver for what felt like half the neighborhood. Those were some of the best days of my life. No schedules, no rushing out the door at 7 a.m., just freedom, laughter, connection. Movie nights, barbecues outside, family trips, friends sleeping over, and that beautiful feeling of just being together. I really miss those days. Not with regret, no, but with the most beautiful memories in my heart. And today I want to talk about exactly that. Because summer is practically here in the US. And I want every parent listening to understand something very important. This time is a gift, my friend. Even when it doesn't feel like one. Even when it's loud and messy and overwhelming. Even when you feel like you're doing everything wrong. This time matters. So whether you're heading into summer vacation or winter vacation in some other countries, or really anytime your kids are home with you, this episode is for you. And today we will be talking about how to make the most of this time together. Not perfectly, just real, fun, meaningful. And I still remember the mornings when summer started and that alarm didn't go off at 6 a.m. That feeling alone was everything, my friend, because I haven't really been a morning person. I have a confession. So it felt amazing. No lunch boxes to pack, no homework to check, no rushing to make it on time to school. Just slowing down. Chill mornings, sipping my coffee slowly. And I always made a promise to myself at the beginning of every summer to be present, or at least trying to be present, because of course we're not perfect, right? But to enjoy it, to not rushing through the days, because I knew even then these days were not going to last forever. And they didn't, my friend. Kids grow so fast. And every parent listening would agree with me, right? And talking about growing fast, I still remember the day my son started driving. And honestly, it was an emotional adjustment for me because part of me missed being needed in that way. I miss being the one who drove him everywhere. I miss the van full of kids and Jack in the middle. I missed the conversations while he could not escape from that van. But at the same time, I knew it was right. It was an important and exciting milestone for him. It was him growing up. So I made peace with that. I learned how to enjoy that extra time I have for myself and for my husband. And, it was a new chapter that was just as beautiful, just different. And here's what I want every parent to hear today. Those ordinary moments you're living right now, my friend, that barbecue in the backyard, that movie night on the couch, that car ride with loud music, those are the moments your kids are going to remember. Not necessarily the expensive vacation, not that perfectly planned activity. The ordinary moments where you were just there, fully present, fully theirs. And I want to say something before I go any farther, because I know some of you might be listening to my stories about my son, my van, my dog, and thinking, that's easy for her to say. She only had one child. She had more flexibility than I do. And you're right, my friend. I was privileged to be a stay-at-home mom for a big part of those years, and I only have one child. Yes, I know that, and I never want to take that for granted. But I want you to hear me out, my friend. This is not about how much time you have. It is about what you do with the time you have. Quality over quantity. Always. The mom with 4 kids and a full-time job who sits down for 20 minutes of real, undistracted conversation with her child. That mom is giving something more powerful than the mom who is home all day, but never fully present. Presence is not about being home all day. No, my friend. It is about intentionally making time, quality time for your kids. So please don't let my story make you feel like this doesn't apply to you, because it does. Of course it does. And listen, I know how you feel, my friend, because I coach moms that have more than one kid. And let me tell you, I have so much respect and admiration for them. They're doing it all: a full-time job, a home to run, and somehow still showing up the best they can every single day. And yet, the one thing almost every single one of them has in common is guilt. Yeah, let me tell you, my friend, mom guilt is real. We all have it, right? I know I do. We usually remember the moments we are not so proud of, right? The times we lost our patience, the time we said something we wish we could take back, the times we were too tired or too stressed, too distracted to show up the way we wanted to. And we usually hold on those moments like they defined us. But here's what I want to say to every mom listening right now. You're not supposed to be perfect. No, my friend. That was never the job description. And none of us went to college to learn how to be a parent. Your job is to love them, to show up, to keep trying. And you are already doing that, my friend. The fact that you feel guilty at all, or that you're listening to this episode, means you care. And caring is everything. So give yourself some grace this summer. You don't have to plan something amazing every single day. You don't have to keep them entertained every second. You don't have to be the perfect mom. You just have to be present. And sometimes present looks like sitting next to them on the couch without saying anything, simply being there. Maybe just watching their favorite show or baking some cookies together. And that is enough, my friend. So let's talk about next about something that I think every parent today is feeling: disconnection. Yes, technology and social media play a big role in this. Yes, but I don't want to just blame the screens and move on, because that conversation alone is not enough. The truth is, this connection starts earlier than we think. It is not just a teenager problem anymore, right? Kids are withdrawing younger and younger. And as parents, we feel it, of course. We feel them pulling away, closing the doors, and we don't always know how to reach them. But let me tell you, my friend, please don't panic. And don't make technology the enemy. Because the more we fight it, the more they retreat into it. And please don't wait for them to come to you either, especially with teenagers. They are not going to walk out of their room one day and say, "Hey, Mom, I really feel like opening up right now." No, my friend, it just doesn't happen that way. You just have to go to them. You have to find the door. You have to find the way. That distance you're feeling, that wall they seem to put up, that's normal. It does not mean you failed. Don't take it personal. It simply means they are growing. So your job is not to force the connection. It is to keep the door open. To let them know, I'm here. No judgment, no lecture, just here. And I promise you, they come back. And sometimes the door opens in the most unexpected ways. You know, when my son would disappear into his room during those teen years, I had a secret weapon. Jack. Yep, my dog. I would grab his favorite squeaky toy, you know, the most annoying one and loud one, and send him to find his brother. He would push the door open, jump on his bed, land right on top of him, a squeaky toy going at full volume. And just like that, the whole energy in the room changed. They would play rough like brothers do, laugh very loud, and my son was more relaxed. And I had the perfect excuse to stay a little longer, just chatting. And before I realized, he was engaged and chatty too. Sometimes all it takes is a little creativity and lots of patience, my friend. And if you have a dog, maybe a dog who has absolutely no boundaries. So, what does real connection look like this summer or this vacation, my friend? It does not have to be complicated. It does not have to be expensive. Some of the best memories I have with my son cost nothing. A movie night at home, playing basketball with him in our driveway, a fun, crazy game with Jack, a conversation that started after dinner and lasted for hours. Those moments happened because I was available, because I was not too tired or too distracted to show up. And listen, even when I was tired, I tried to still make the effort to show up. Not perfectly, but to try to show up. And here's something I truly believe, and I have witnessed myself. The connection you build with your kids during these years is the foundation of the relationship you will have with them as adults. You know, the open communication, the trust, the feeling that they can come to you with anything, that doesn't happen overnight, my friend. It is built in the small moments, the ordinary weekday, the random conversations in the car, the times you show them over your phone. Now, I also want to talk about boundaries because presence does not mean having no boundaries. No. Healthy boundaries are actually one of the most loving things you can give your kids. But boundaries with respect, boundaries with explanation, not just because I say so. No, but helping them understand why. That kind of communication builds trust. And trust is everything, my friend. All right? Let's make this practical because we need some tools, right? Here are some simple things you can do this summer to feel more connected with your kids. Let's go to tool number 1. Create at least one screen-free moment every day. It does not have to be long. Maybe dinner together without phones. Maybe a walk, a drive, just one moment where everyone is present. Let's go to tool number 2. Ask better questions. Not just, how was your day? No, try, what was the best part of your day? Or what made you laugh today? Or is there anything on your mind? Better questions open better conversations. Tool number 3. Do something they love. Not what you think they should love, but what they actually love. Like play their video game with them even if you're terrible at it. Watch their favorite sports game with them even when you don't understand anything. Watch their favorite show with them. Show interest in their world. This is one of the most powerful ways to connect with your kids, my friend. Let's go to tool number 4. Let go of the perfect summer. You don't need a Pinterest board full of activities. No, you do not need to keep them busy every second. Some of the best summers are the ones where you just let things unfold. The spontaneous plan to have their friends over for some burgers. The last-minute road trip. The lazy Sunday that turned into a family movie marathon. Give yourself and your kids the gift of unstructured time. It's okay. Tool number 5. Put your phone down first. Because if we are asking them to be present, we have to model it. They are watching us. Always, my friend. And the most powerful thing we can do is show them what presence actually looks like. All right, my dear friend, let's bring this home. Summer is not just a break from school. It is an invitation to slow down, to reconnect, to be the parent you always wanted to be. Not perfectly, but real. Your kids don't need you to be perfect, my friend. No, they need you to be present. They need to feel like they matter more than your to-do list. They need to know the door is always open. The disconnection you are worried about is not fixed with rules and restrictions. It is fixed with connection. Real, consistent, imperfect, beautiful connection. And the guilt you carry, put it down. You're doing better than you think. The fact that you're even listening to this means you care deeply. And that love, your kids feel it. Even when it doesn't seem like, even when they roll their eyes, even when they walk away, they feel it, my friend. And before I let you go, I want you to think about one memory from a past summer or vacation. I want that make you smile. That moment, a moment that reminded you why this is all worth it. Hold on to that, because that is what this is all about. Not the summer, the perfect summer, not the perfectly behaved kids, not the mom who never loses her patience, just the real moments. The loud van full of kids, the late night conversations, the ordinary Tuesday that somehow became one of your favorite memories. That is the gift of this season. So, this summer, put the phone down a little more. Say yes a little more. Laugh a little more. And be a little easier on yourself. Because you're not just their mom. You are one of the most important people in their world. And this time with them, it's everything, my friend. And listen, if this episode resonated with you, share it with a mom who needs to hear this today. You know, a mom who maybe feels overwhelmed with her kids home so she can stop and remember that these moments are precious. They go fast and they never come back, my friend. I'll see you next week, my dear friend. And remember, your mindset is not just what you think, it's where your power begins. I love you guys. Have an amazing week.